Okay, good morning class. Today we are going to discuss about reporting speech, direct and indirect. Now, first of all, we need to know what is the meaning of reported speech, or also known as direct speech and indirect speech. Okay, so the method of reporting a speech, the method or the way of reporting a speech, quoting his actual words in inverted commas and also by placing a comma before the remark, is your reported or direct speech. So here we use the actual words of the speaker. Along with it, we also use inverted commas and also placing a comma before the remark. Okay, you'll slowly come to know. Now if you look down here, I have given one example, very simple one. Hari said, "I am very tired now." Now this is your direct speech or reported speech. How do we come to know that it is a direct or reported speech? Because what did I just say? In your direct or reporting speech, you have the actual words in inverted commas. So the words that you have within your inverted commas, okay, this is your inverted commas. So the words that you have within the inverted commas is actually your actual words of the speaker. Who is the speaker? Hari. And this is his exact words or actual words, which is inside the inverted commas. And also it has a comma. By placing a comma before the remark, Hari said, this is the remark. Who said it? It's Hari. And what did Hari said? So it's a remark. Hari said something, so remark. This is the remark. Soon after your remark you have comma, and these are the words that is within your inverted commas. So this is your actual words of the speaker, Hari. So that's why it's your direct or also known as reported speech. Okay. Now moving on to your indirect speech. Indirect speech is just the opposite of your direct speech. Okay. Now the method of reporting a speech. Now just get that clear that this is also a method of reporting a speech. Okay. But without quoting his exact words. We don't need to quote it like how we have quoted here. Okay. So without quoting his exact words is your indirect speech. So your indirect speech is usually very simple and clean. Just look down here. So I've written the same direct speech, I've converted it to indirect speech. Okay. Now Hari said, okay, Hari said, again something is said by Hari. Okay, it's a remark. Now instead of inverted commas, we have used that. We have excluded or removed inverted commas and we have added that. Okay, and I will become he because Hari is a boy. So we are using a pronoun he for Hari. Okay, so Hari said that he, am will become was, present tense, past tense. Okay, he was tired. Okay, he was tired, now will become then. Okay, since you have used past tense, since you have changed the form of the sentence, so we cannot write now. So we need to write then. Hari said that he was tired then. Okay, so why this is your direct speech? Because we are directly quoting the words of the speaker, and in the case we are not, and in this case we are not directly quoting the words of the speaker. Remember that both the ways of quoting. Remember that both are the ways of quoting the sentence, quoting the speech of the speaker. Okay. These are the two different ways and both are absolutely correct. Now normally when we write, it is more convenient to use direct speech. Okay, that makes it very clear. But when we speak, when we are speaking with someone, okay, when we are speaking it, it's more convenient to use the indirect speech. Okay, so when you're writing, we prefer direct speech. When we are speaking, we prefer indirect speech. Okay, because when we are speaking, we cannot say Hari said, comma, double inverted comma open, I am very tired now, double inverted comma close, full stop. So we cannot mention all this when you are speaking. Okay, so when we are writing, it's more convenient to use direct speech, and when you are speaking, it's more convenient to use a indirect speech. Okay. Now you would observe the following in changing direct speech to indirect speech in the above example. And what are the changes that that is visible here is, number one, use of conjunction is there. That is a conjunction. So we have use, when you're converting from direct speech to indirect speech, we have use a conjunction here before your indirect speech. Okay, now pronoun has been changed. I has become he. Yes or no? Pronoun has been changed. Verb am has become your present, has become your past, was. Am has become was. Your verb has changed. Adverb now is your adverb. Now has become adverb of time. Remember, adverb of time now has become then. So you would also like to note the following. I will write it down and I will give it to you. Now in indirect speech, what we see is the actual words of speaker are put within inverted commas. In a sentence, the first word of the speaker is always in capital letters, capital. Okay, there is a comma separating the reporting verb and the reporting speech. This is your reporting verb and this is your reporting speech in the above case, and the comma after said. Okay, in indirect speech, inverted commas not used, and the reported speech is generally introduced by the conjunction that. No commas between the reported verb and the reported speech, isn't it? No question or exclamation marks used here. Interrogative, imperative and exclamation sentences are written as statements. No change in the tense of the reporting verb. Okay. Now, rules of changing from direct to indirect speech. Rule number 1. Okay. The first thing which is important now to know is use of conjunction that before the indirect statement, except in the case of imperative sentence and exclamatory sentence. That means we can use that anyway, but instead in case of imperative. Now what is your imperative sentence? Is a type of a sentence that gives instruction. Okay, instructions or advice, and expresses a command, an order, a direction or a request. Okay, so an imperative sentence sometimes may end. Okay, may end with an exclamation mark. Okay, so only in your imperative sentence and exclamation sentence we do not use that, otherwise we can use. Okay, now moving forward with another example that I have here. Now this is your direct speech, and how it is a direct speech, I have just mentioned you how to differentiate between direct and indirect speech. Okay, so this is a direct speech, and here it has been exact words of the speaker. It has been used exact words of the speaker. Now if you want to change it to indirect speech, what should I do? Okay, so now let's read the sentence. The speaker said to me, the principal is happy with your performance. Now when you change from direct to indirect, the teacher said to me becomes told me. Okay, now keep that in mind. When you have only said, the teacher said, okay, so it will remain the same in your indirect speech. The teacher said that. Okay, but when you have the teacher said to me or said to anyone, okay, said to is here. So when you have said to in your direct speech, it will convert to told. The teacher told, me will remain. The teacher told me, and I have told you, removing commas and inverted commas, we have that conjunction that we need to use. The teacher told me that the principal remain the same. Is will become was. Happy with. Your will become, if the teacher said, I am happy with your performance, that means my performance. So was happy with my performance. Full stop. Are we clear here? Keep that in mind that both the sentences are correct and they both mean the same thing. There is no change or alteration in the meaning of the sentence. They both mean the same. Okay? So only the way of writing is different. One is your direct speech, another is your indirect speech. Direct speech, again, it's the actual words or exact words you can say, okay, of the speaker, which we have quoted in inverted commas, okay, and also we have comma to differentiate, to separate your reporting verb and reporting speech, okay, whereas in indirect speech you have nothing like that, okay. It is also the method of reporting a speech but without quoting his exact words, okay. That is what your indirect speech is. So we have some more rules for using or converting from reported speech or your direct speech to indirect speech. We will slowly go forward with it, okay. So today only this much.